What if I told you there is a product sitting in your local hardware store right now, costs about $20, that reflects 97% of the heat trying to cook your home from above? Not reduces it, not slows it down a little, reflects 97% of it, back toward the roof, before it ever reaches your living space. And here is the part that genuinely got me when I first learned about this. The people who know about it most, the contractors who come to your home, walk through your rooms, inspect your attic, and then hand you a quote for a brand new $12,000 air conditioning system. Almost never mention it, not once, not even in passing. Today I want to change that. I want to tell you exactly what this product is, why it works in a way that almost nothing else can match, and why the people who are supposed to be helping you keep your home cool have been quietly skipping over it for years. But before I tell you what it is, I need to explain something about heat that most people have completely wrong. Because once you understand this one thing, everything else in this video is going to make perfect sense. And I promise you, by the end of this, you are going to look at your ceiling very differently. Most of us think about heat the way we think about cold weather. It comes in from outside. It seeps through the walls. It gets through the windows. And the solution is to block it, with insulation, with thick walls, with good windows. That thinking is not wrong, but it is incomplete. And the part it misses is the part that matters most in summer. Heat does not only travel by moving through solid things, it also travels through the air as invisible waves of energy. The same way the warmth of a fire reaches your face from across a room without you touching the flames. This is called radiant heat, and it is the main reason your home gets so uncomfortable in summer. Here is what is happening above your head right now on a hot day. The sun beats down on your roof all day long. The shingles absorb that heat. The shingles heat the wood underneath them, the roof deck, and that hot roof deck begins radiating energy downward into your attic, not by touching anything, not by heating the air first, by sending invisible waves of infrared energy, the same kind of energy a heat lamp gives off, downward into everything below it. The attic air on a summer day can reach 140, sometimes 160 degrees Fahrenheit. But the underside of your roof deck, the surface doing that radiating, can be putting out the equivalent of 190 degrees worth of radiant energy. That energy does not need air contact to do its damage. It heats whatever it reaches directly. Your insulation, the wooden joists, and most importantly, your HVAC ducts. Most American homes have their air conditioning ducts running right through the attic. Those ducts are sitting inside what is essentially a very large oven. And the cold air, your AC, is working hard to produce, is traveling through that oven on its way to your rooms, picking up heat every inch of the journey. This is why your air conditioner sometimes runs all day, and the rooms still never feel quite right. It is not just cooling your living space, it is fighting the attic the entire time. Now, your insulation is up there working hard, and it does a good job against certain kinds of heat. Fiberglass insulation traps still air and slows heat from moving through solid materials. It is very good at that. But here is something that stopped me cold when I read it. Fiberglass insulation does almost nothing against radiant heat. Infrared waves, the kind your hot roof deck is sending downward all day long, pass right through fiberglass, like it is not even there. They heat the insulation from within. They reach the ducts. They warm your ceiling. And eventually they make their way into your living space, so you can have a perfectly insulated attic and still be losing this battle. Because insulation and radiant heat are solving two completely different problems. This is the gap. And this is exactly what the $20 product fills. It is called radiant barrier foil. And this is what it actually is. It is a roll of highly reflective aluminum, typically 99% pure aluminum, laminated onto a backing material. It looks a little like heavy-duty aluminum foil, but stronger. It comes in rolls, similar to the way roofing felt comes in rolls. One side, sometimes both sides, is highly reflective. When you staple it to the underside of your attic rafters, with a small air gap below it, something remarkable happens. That radiant energy coming down from the hot roof deck, all that invisible infrared heat, hits the foil surface and bounces back. 97% of it reflects back toward the roof. Only 3% gets through. The attic air temperature can drop 20 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. The environment around your ducts, that oven they have been sitting in all summer, becomes dramatically cooler. and the cold air traveling through those ducts arrives at your rooms much closer to the temperature it started at. Your air conditioner does not have to work nearly as hard. Your rooms cool down faster, the temperature holds, and your electricity bill goes down. The Department of Energy's own research showed that radiant barriers in hot climates reduce attic heat gain by anywhere from 16 to 42%. Texas A&M University ran multi-year studies and found annual cooling savings of 5 to 17% in hot, sunny climates. A roll of radiant barrier foil costs between $60 and $150 for a typical home. The energy savings in a warm climate can run $80 to $250 per year. Most people see their money back in 1 to 3 years, and the foil lasts 20 to 30 years if installed correctly. No other single home improvement comes anywhere close to that return on your money. Not new windows, not a new AC unit, not added insulation. Now, if you are finding this useful, if you are sitting there thinking about your own attic and wondering what has been going on up there all these years, go ahead and hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this video reach more people who need to hear this. And if you want to keep getting this kind of honest, practical information, subscribe. New videos every single week. Alright, now let me answer the question I know you are already asking. If this works so well, why has nobody ever told me about it? The honest answer has a few parts, and none of them are flattering to the industry. The first reason is money. A roll of radiant barrier foil costs $60 to $150. Installing it in a full attic takes 4 to 8 hours of hard, hot, uncomfortable work, crawling around in a space that can reach 130 degrees. A contractor who charges you $800 for that job barely makes anything after labor and materials. Compare that to selling a new $12,000 air conditioning system, where the margins are very different. The economics push contractors toward the expensive solution every single time. The second reason is licensing. HVAC contractors are licensed to work on mechanical systems, the equipment, the ducts, the electrical connections. Stapling foil to your rafters is building envelope work. In many states, it falls under a different trade license entirely. A contractor who does work outside their licensed scope puts their liability insurance at risk, so they simply do not offer it. It is not always laziness. Sometimes it is legal risk management. The third reason is training. Most HVAC contractors are trained in refrigeration, electrical systems, airflow, and combustion. Building science, how heat moves through a home's structure, is a different field entirely. A technician who does not fully understand how radiant barriers work cannot confidently recommend them. And people do not recommend things they cannot explain. And the fourth reason, and this one is a little uncomfortable, is that radiant barrier foil is simply too cheap to be interesting to most contractors. Insulation companies make their money selling insulation by the inch. Radiant barrier installs too fast and costs too little to be a profit center for anyone. So it gets ignored. The people who do know about it, building scientists, energy researchers, the teams at Oak Ridge National Laboratory, and the Florida Solar Energy Center, have been publishing findings about it for decades. The knowledge exists. It just never made the journey from research papers into the contractor's conversation with you. Now I want to tell you a few things about radiant barrier foil that almost nobody mentions, and some of these are genuinely important. The first one is about dust. Aluminum foil reflects radiant heat beautifully when it is clean, but after 5 to 10 years in an attic, dust accumulates on the surface. A thin layer of dust can reduce the effectiveness of the foil by 20 to 40%. It still works. The dust layer is thin, but the performance drops over time. The solution is to install the foil with the shiny side facing downward into the air gap, where air movement in the attic keeps it somewhat cleaner, and to choose a product that has reflective faces on both sides, so even if one face dulls over time, the other continues working. This is buried in the fine print of almost every product on the market. Almost no consumer video mentions it, but it matters for how long your investment keeps performing. The second thing nobody warns you about is moisture. Some people, when they learn about radiant barrier, think, I will just lay it flat on the attic floor on top of my insulation. That sounds simpler, but please do not do this. Foil laid on the attic floor creates a vapor barrier, a layer that moisture cannot pass through. In many climates, winter condensation can build up beneath that foil. Over time, that trapped moisture can rot your floor joists and create mold problems that are expensive and serious to fix. Always install radiant barrier foil on the underside of the rafters, stapled up against the roof structure, with an air gap below it, never on the attic floor. This one mistake can turn a $20 investment into a very costly problem. The third thing, and this one genuinely surprised me, involves your roof warranty. If your attic is already poorly ventilated, adding radiant barrier can cause the shingles on your roof to run 10 to 15 degrees hotter than they would otherwise. The foil bounces heat back toward the roof deck, and if that heat cannot escape properly through ventilation, it builds up at the shingles. Most shingle manufacturers require adequate attic ventilation as a condition of their warranty. If your attic ventilation is not good, adding radiant barrier without fixing that first can void your roof warranty. Check your attic ventilation before you do anything else. Make sure you have proper soffit vents at the bottom and ridge or roof vents at the top. If you are not sure, this is worth a conversation with a roofing professional before you proceed. There is one more thing I want to warn you about, and I want to be direct, because there is a product on the market that takes advantage of people who are trying to do the right thing. You may have seen it at the hardware store. It is called double bubble foil insulation. Two shiny foil faces with a layer of small bubbles sandwiched between them. The packages claim R values of 8, 10, sometimes 14. It looks impressive. It sounds impressive. It is not what it claims to be. The Federal Trade Commission has taken action against manufacturers of these products for false R value claims. The actual tested insulation value of double bubble foil, measured the way insulation is supposed to be measured, is typically between R1 and R2. The bubbles of air provide almost no meaningful resistance to heat moving through solid materials. The foil faces do work as radiant barriers. That part is real. But if you are buying this product thinking it replaces real insulation, or that it gives you the R values printed on the package, you are being misled. Real radiant barrier foil, plain reflective aluminum on a substrate, no bubble layer, no inflated R value claims, is the honest product. It does one thing. It reflects radiant heat, and it does that one thing extraordinarily well. Let me talk for a moment about where radiant barrier works best and where it is less effective, because I think honesty matters here. Radiant barrier foil is most effective in hot, sunny climates, the southern United States, the Southwest, anywhere with long, hot summers and strong sun. It works best in homes that have HVAC ducts running through the attic. It works best on homes with dark shingles and low-slope roofs that absorb maximum sun. And it works best in single-story homes, where there is more ceiling surface relative to the living space below. If you live in a colder climate, the northern states, areas that spend more months heating than cooling, the benefit is much smaller. Radiant barrier does very little for heating, and in some cold climates it can very slightly increase your heating costs in winter by slowing the small amount of downward heat radiation that does occur. If your ducts are not in the attic, if they run through your basement or interior walls, the benefit is real but smaller. And if your attic already has spray foam insulation applied directly to the roof deck, the foam has already created a thermal breakup there. Adding foil on top of it gives very little additional benefit. Know your home. The information in this video is most powerful for people in warm climates with attic duct systems. If that describes your home, this may be one of the best investments you ever make in it. If you want to do this yourself, and it is genuinely a reasonable project for someone willing to spend a morning in the attic, here is what you need: a roll of perforated radiant barrier foil. Perforated means it has tiny holes that allow moisture vapor to pass through, which is the safer choice for most climates. A staple gun with 3/8-inch staples, tin snips, or a utility knife for cutting, safety glasses, an N95 respirator. The dust and fiberglass particles in an attic are not something you want to breathe, and a good headlamp. Work in the early morning before the attic heats up. Overlap your seams by 2 to 3 inches and seal them with foil tape, not regular tape, which fails at high temperatures. And leave at least 1.5 to 2-inch air gap between the foil and anything below it. That air gap is not optional. Without it, the reflectivity does not work. You need that space for the radiant barrier to do its job. A small attic can be done in 2 to 3 hours. A larger home may take a full day. It is hot, it is not glamorous, and it requires some care. But the payback is real, it is measurable, and it lasts for decades. So here is my question for you. And I genuinely want to know, have you ever had a contractor come to your home, walk through every room, look at your energy bills, and then never once mention radiant barrier foil? Did they go straight to recommending a new system instead? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one, and I think the answers are going to tell a very familiar story. If this video gave you something real, something you can actually use, please hit that like button. It helps more than you know. And if you want to keep getting honest, practical information about your home, subscribe. There is more coming every single week. Thank you so much for watching, stay cool, and I will see you in the next one.